Mrityunjayaya Rudraya, Neelakantaya Shambhave, Amriteshaya Sarvaya, Mahadevaya Te Namaha. What transforms a human being? What turns an ordinary life into something sacred? Is it knowledge, power, wealth, discipline, or ritual? Or is it something much simpler? As the Linga Purāṇa begins its journey through the Pūrva Bhāga, the tone feels noticeably different from the closing chapters of the Uttara Bhāga. There are no great cosmic battles, no destruction of worlds, and no vast revelations about creation and dissolution. Instead, the Linga Purāṇa turns its attention towards something much closer, the human heart. Through devotees, kings, sages, householders, seekers, and even those who lost their way completely, it begins exploring one of the deepest questions in spiritual life: what truly brings a soul closer to the divine? And one of the most beautiful aspects of these opening chapters is the spirit in which they are told. Again and again, the text points beyond names and forms toward the deeper reality they represent. Whether through devotion to Lord Viṣṇu or devotion to Mahadev, the journey remains one of transformation, surrender, and awakening. The first story introduces us to a humble Brahmana named Kauśika. He possesses no kingdom, no wealth, and no worldly influence. Yet, he carries something far more valuable. His entire life revolves around singing the names and glories of Mahavishnu. Whether sitting, eating, resting, or walking, his mind remains absorbed in the divine. His songs become his worship, his voice becomes his offering, and his life itself becomes the prayer. Slowly, something remarkable begins to happen around him. People gather, not because of status or power, but because devotion has its own quiet magnetism. Padmaksha offers food to the devotees. Malava lights lamps from the shrine of Mahavishnu. Malavi lovingly cleans and maintains the temple. Others simply come to listen. The Linga Purāṇa paints a beautiful picture of a spiritual community held together by remembrance. Each person contributes differently, yet every act becomes sacred because it is offered with sincerity. There is something timeless in this vision. Not everyone can become a great sage, and not everyone can perform severe austerities. But anyone can offer a lamp, anyone can offer kindness, anyone can listen, and anyone can remember. The Linga Purāṇa quietly suggests that spiritual life is not measured by the size of the offering, but by the love behind it. Yet, devotion rarely remains untested. The fame of Kauśika eventually reaches King Kalinga, who commands him to stop singing the praises of Mahavishnu and instead glorify the king himself. On the surface, this request seems simple, but spiritually, however, it represents something universal. Every seeker eventually faces the temptation to exchange truth for approval, devotion for recognition, and the eternal for the temporary. But Kauśika refuses. His disciples also refuse. The devotees refuse. Their devotion cannot be purchased, redirected, or even manipulated. The story ends with a profound reversal. Those who appeared powerless attain the grace of the divine, while the king who sought glory fades into the background. The world rewards power, but the Linga Purāṇa reminds us that the divine responds to devotion. Even more beautiful is the fact that each devotee receives grace through a different form of service. One sings, another offers food, another lights lamps, another cleans the temple. Nothing is insignificant. No sincere act is ever lost. Devotion transforms ordinary actions into sacred ones. Yet, even as the story concludes, another lesson begins to unfold through sage Nārada. After witnessing the honor given to the celestial musician Tumburo, a subtle dissatisfaction arises within Nārada. For a moment, comparison enters his heart. Even a great sage is shown confronting the restlessness that human beings know so well. Determined to master the science of music, sage Nārada undertakes immense austerities. But eventually, he learns that some forms of knowledge cannot be attained through effort alone. They require humility, they require guidance, they require becoming a student. Despite being one of the greatest sages in existence, sage Nārada bows before the master musician Ganabandhu and accepts all the instruction. As part of that journey, sage Nārada hears the story of another king consumed by self-importance, King Bhuvanesha. He becomes so attached to his own glory that he forbids the praise of Mahaviṣṇu and demands that people sing only of him. Yet, a devotee named Harimitra refuses to abandon his worship. Though persecuted and driven away, he eventually attains the grace of the Lord, while the king experiences the consequences of his arrogance. Once again, the Linga Purāṇa returns to a recurring truth. Power is temporary, fame is temporary, status is temporary, but devotion endures. Sage Nārada spends ages refining his art. Even after attaining extraordinary mastery, he discovers there is still more to learn. Eventually, he receives instruction from celestial teachers and finally from Lord Krishna himself. Only then does he attain perfection. This story is not really about music. Music becomes a symbol for spiritual growth itself. No matter how much one knows, there is always more to learn. And no matter how advanced one becomes, humility remains essential. Even the greatest sages remain students. Then the Linga Purāṇa asks another important question. What does a true devotee actually look like? The answer is striking, because it has very little to do with outward identity. A true devotee rejoices in the presence of other devotees. He feels moved when hearing the divine praised. He remains patient when insulted, and he serves without pride, treats others with reverence and kindness. His devotion is not confined to ritual, it transforms his character. The Linga Purāṇa repeatedly emphasizes that spirituality is not merely what one believes, it is what one becomes. The devotee begins seeing everything as belonging to the divine. Possessions, achievements, beauty, offerings, and even life itself are no longer viewed as personal acquisitions. Everything becomes an expression of gratitude. The ego slowly loosens its grip. One of the most beautiful teachings appears when the Linga Purāṇa says that feeding and honoring devotees pleases the Lord even more than direct worship. The divine is not only found in temples and rituals. The divine is encountered through compassion, service, and reverence for others. And now we have another story. The story shifts toward King Ambarīṣa, whose life begins with the extraordinary devotion of his mother Padmavati. Through years of unwavering worship, she wins the grace of Mahaviṣṇu and is blessed with a son who would become both a great ruler and a great devotee. Ambarīṣa grows into exactly that. He governs his kingdom, protects his people, performs his responsibilities, and upholds dharma. Yet, throughout it all, his heart remains fixed upon the divine. The Linga Purāṇa quietly reveals an important truth here. Spiritual life does not necessarily require abandoning worldly responsibilities. One can participate fully in life while remaining inwardly rooted in devotion. Eventually, Mahaviṣṇu tests him. Appearing in disguise, he offers blessings and temptations. Yet, Ambarīṣa remains unwavering. His devotion cannot be distracted. Only then does the Lord reveal his true form and bless him with divine protection. This narrative then turns toward Ambarīṣa's daughter, Śrīmatī. Renowned for her beauty and virtue, she becomes the object of affection for both sage Nārada and Parvata, each secretly asking Mahaviṣṇu to make the other appear unattractive. The situation is almost humorous, yet beneath the humor lies another lesson. Even great sages can become entangled in attachment, desire, and rivalry. When Śrīmatī enters the assembly, she sees neither of the sages. Instead, she beholds a radiant divine youth standing between them. Recognizing the divine immediately, she places her garland around his neck and disappears with him. The symbolism is profound. While others are caught in appearances, she sees the truth. While others see competition, she sees the divine. The story becomes a meditation on Maya, illusion itself. Human beings see fragments of reality, and the divine sees the whole. What appears confusing, unfair, or even mysterious from one perspective may be part of a much larger unfolding that cannot yet be seen. Finally, the Linga Purāṇa introduces one of its most symbolic figures, a Lakshmi, the embodiment of misfortune, discord, and spiritual decline. The story is not really about a goddess, it is about the inner conditions that invite harmony or disorder into life. Lakshmi cannot remain where the names of Viṣṇu, Mahadev are remembered. She cannot remain where there is devotion, gratitude, generosity, respect, and harmony. Instead, she settles where there is constant conflict, selfishness, greed, disrespect, and spiritual neglect. The symbolism is simple yet profound. Misfortune is not always something that arrives from outside. Oftentimes it grows from habits, attitudes, and patterns cultivated within us. The state of the inner world gradually shapes the outer world. Near the end of the story, Lakshmi approaches Mahaviṣṇu seeking support. His response contains one of the most important teachings in these chapters. He declares that those who create divisions between Mahadev and Mahaviṣṇu, who insult sincere devotees, and who become consumed by spiritual pride, may appear religiously outwardly, but their prosperity ultimately belongs to Lakshmi rather than Mata Lakshmi. Kauśika reveals the power of devotion. Sage Nārada reveals that humility required to keep growing. Ambarīṣa reveals steadiness amidst the play of Maya. Lakshmi reveals that inner disorder eventually becomes outer disorder. Again and again, the Linga Purāṇa returns to the same truth. The divine is not distant. What separates us from it is forgetfulness, and what brings us back is remembrance. Through devotion, through humility, through sincerity, through grace. And as the journey through the Pūrva Bhāga continues, The Linga Purana will keep unfolding these timeless truths through stories that appear simple on the surface, yet reveal profound wisdom when contemplated deeply. May Jagatpita Mahadev bless us all. Keep seeking, keep chanting, keep surrendering. Om Namah Shivaya.